A very good morning to everyone. Today we are going to see about the stone as a building material, then criteria for selection of stone. Finally, we will see the test on stone. Myself, Dr. J. Sagayaruban, Department of Civil Engineering, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology, Kanyakumari. First of all, we will see about the stone as a building material. Stone is a form, one of the most important building material in civil engineering structures. Stones are derived from rocks which forms the earth crust and have no definite shape or chemical composition, but are mixture of two or more minerals. The mineral is a substance which is formed by the natural inorganic process, and the process a definite chemical composition and a molecular structure. They are strong, durable and decent in appearance. Masonry work is one of the major building craft and one of the oldest method. It has built itself great reputation as one of the premier traditional material of the building. Even though new principle of construction and new material become predominant in building construction practices, masonry has got a highest importance in building industry. Masonry is normally used for construction of building like foundation, wall, column and other similar structural component of the building. The basic advantage of masonry construction lies in the fact that in load bearing structure it performs a variety of functions such as supporting load, subdividing space, providing thermal and acoustic insulation, affordable fire and weathering protection, etc., which in a frame structure has to be provided separately. Depending upon the type of building units used, masonry may be of the following type, like stone masonry, brick masonry, hollow concrete block masonry, reinforced brick masonry, composite masonry. So in this we have to discuss about the stone masonry. Next we will see about some of the terms used in a masonry. Normally the following terms are used in a masonry work. Since these terms are frequently used in a description and the procedure, it is essential to understand the meaning of these terms. First we will see about the course. What is course? Course is a horizontal layer of the masonry unit. Course is a horizontal layer of the masonry unit. The thickness of the course will be equal to the height of the stone plus the thickness of the one mortar joint. So in this picture we have to see the courses, like this is courses. This is a horizontal structure of the member. Next is a header. Header is a full stone unit or like brick which is so laid that it lets length is perpendicular to the face of the wall. This is a header course. Like stretcher is a full stone unit which is laid, that is a length is along the parallel to the face of the wall. Like also we have the header course. Header course is a only header on the exposed face of the wall is known as a header course. Stretcher is only the stretcher on the exposed face of the wall is known as a stretcher hole. Bed is normally called, this is a lower surface of the stone in each of the course. This is the surface of the stone perpendicular to the line of the pressure. The face is a surface of the wall exposed to the weather. Back is the inner surface of the wall which is not exposed to the weather. Facing is the material used in the face of the wall. Side is it is a surface forming the boundary of the stone. Joint is the junction of the adjacent unit of the stone. So these are the general terms used in the masonry construction. Next we will see the criteria for the selection of the good stone. So what are the criteria we have to consider for selecting a good stone? So being a cheap, hard, durable and natural good looking, stones are often used in construction, but keeping in view the variable property of stone of different type, there must be some criteria for the selection of stone for the construction. The criteria is based on the following parameter. First is the chemical composition of the stone. Second is the strength and hardness. Next we have to consider the durability. Next is the resistant to fire. Next the biodeterioration, appearance of the stone, toughness, porosity and absorption. So we have to see the in explanation. First we can see the chemical composition of the stone. The selection of stone for the construction, it is a chemical property and composition must be tested and verified because different element and compound in stone have a different property. For instance, magnesium in limestone causes is to be a stronger, it's called dolomite. Like we have to consider all the chemical ingredient and all the chemical composition are available in the stone. This to be tested properly and it to be used in the construction. Next, strength and hardness. The more compact, grained and heavier a stone, that is a more stronger. A crystalline stone is a superior to a non-crystalline texture. The specific gravity of the good stone should have 2 point, that value should be more than 2.7. Stone used for road, metal, paving blocks, floor slab and railway ballast have to withstand mainly abrasion or wearing and tear. Stone walls subjected to vibration of machinery and moving load should necessarily process toughness. So next we will see the resistant to fire or heat. Resistant to heat means that the stone must have very low amount of expansion due to large increasing in temperature. Siliceous material are good at area where the resistance to fire is required. Next, the durability point of view, it is important parameter for selecting a good stone. We have to consider the durability point of view for selecting a good stones. Next, biodeterioration. Certain type of stones have both mechanical and chemical adverse effect. The special microbes can grow on the surface and in byproduct you are seeing falking and decoloration. Then appearance, the aesthetic aspect, that in color, appearance and shows of stone must also be considered when being used in any type of construction project. Appearance depends on the color and is with the stone can be dressed, rubbed or polished. Then come to the toughness point. Toughness of the stone means it resists impact forces. Building stone should be tough enough to sustain stresses developed due to the vibration. The vibration may be due to the machinery mounted over the structure, due to the load moving over them. The stone aggregate used in the road construction should be toughest enough to construct. Then finally, porosity and absorption. The porosity of the building stone depend upon the mineral constituents and structural formation of the parent rock. If the stone used in building construction are porous, then rainwater can be easily enter into the porous space and cause damage to the stone. Therefore, building stone should be porous water absorption of the stone is directly proportional to the porosity of the rock. If a stone is more porous, then it will be absorb more water and cause damage to the stone. So these are the things we have to consider for selecting a good stone. Next we will see the testing of building stone. So what are the tests going to do for building stone? So before selecting this stone, you should consider these tests. So some of the tests, different tests are used in building stone. One is acid attrition test, crushing test, crystalline test, freezing and thawing test, hardness test, impact test, water absorption test, microscopic test, Smith test. So what is acid test? This test is carried out to understand the presence of calcium carbonate in the building stone. So we have to find out the calcium carbonate availability in the stone. So a good building stone maintain its sharp edge and keeps its surface free from the powder at the end of the period. Actually, how we can do it? A sample of 50 to 100 grams of taken. It is placed in the solution of hydrofolic acid having a strength of 1% and is kept 3 for 7 days. Solution is agitated at the interval. So after that we have to check if the edges of broken and powder in the form of surface, it indicate the presence of calcium carbonate, and such a stone will have the poor weathering quality. So this test is an important test to carry out to find the presence of calcium carbonate in the building. So attrition test, it is a test done to find the rate of wear of the stone, which is used in road construction. The result of the test normally indicate the resisting power of the stone against the grinding action under the traffic. Next is a crushing test. Crushing test is to be find out the crushing strength of the given building stone. So that a sample stone like 40 by 45 40 mm size cubes are finally dressed and finished. The maximum number of specimens to be tested is 3. Such a specimen should be placed in the water about 72 hours period to the test, therefore tested in a saturated condition. The load bearing surface is then covered with a plaster of Paris about 5 mm thick plywood. Load is applied axially on the cube in the crushing testing machine. The crushing strength of the stone per unit area is the maximum load at which the sample crushes or fail divided by the area of the bearing face of the specimen. Next to the crystalline test, it is a test to determine that crystalline particle available. How we can, so we have to test this crystalline test is at least the cube of stone 40 mm size is taken. It will be dried at 72 hours and weighted. Then it will be immersed in the 14% solution of Na2SO4 for 2 hours. Then this stone taken out, it will be dried 100 degrees centigrade and weighted. The different weight will be noted. This procedure for drying, weighting, immersion and re-weighting is repeated at least 5 times. Each time change in weight is noted and expressed in the percentage of original weight. The crystallization of CaSO4 in porous or stone cast delay of stone due to the weathering. But the CaSO4 has low solubility in water. It is not adapted in this test. Then freezing and thawing. Stone specimen is kept immersed in 24 hours. It is then placed in the freezing machine at 12 to 14 degrees centigrade for 24 hours. Then it is thawed or warmed at atmospheric temperature. This should be done in shade to prevent any effect due to the wind, rain. This procedure repeated several times and the behavior of the stone is carefully observed. Hardness test on building stone. How we can test it? Actually, we have to determine the hardness of the given stone by carry out the hardness testing. Impact, also we have to find out the impact value of the given stone by doing the impact testing machine. Actually the testing is done using a impact testing machine. It having a cylinder that stone will be taken, it will be put in the put in the machine. Okay, it is placed in the cast iron anvil. That hammer is 2 kgs weight. Actually that load will be, impact load will be given. We have to determine that crushing, that weight will be taken before and after. The crushing value we have to represent. So crushing value should be less, then means it will be a good stone. Like finally we have two tests like microscopic and Smith test. The microscopic test to determine the average grain size, extent of porous, vein, mineral constituents, nature of contaminant available, any harmful material is available by using this microscopic testing. Water absorption, it is a test to determine that how that stone should be absorb the water. So the test is done for before the water absorption as well as after the water. The weight variation we have to consider. That good quality of stone should be less absorption of water. Finally the Smith test. This test is performed to find out the presence of soluble matter in the sample of stone. We have to determine the soluble matter by using this test. If the stone will be durable and normally free from the soluble matter. How we can perform? The few chips of stone may be taken. It will be placed in the glass tube. The tube is then filled with the clear water. After that an hour, the tube is vigorously stirred or shaken. Presence of earthly matter will be convert the clear water into the dirty water. If the water remains clear, stone will be durable and free from any soluble matter. So these are the tests can be carried out for the building stone. We have determined all the property of this stone material. Finally, this material have to use for the construction purpose. So this is all about the criteria for selection of the stone material. Then what are the different terms used for stone material, and what are the different tests were conducted for stone material. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.